Pelita Air certainly is one of the lesser known airlines out there. At the end, this is also what my channel is about, to bring you closer to the unknown aviation gems or hiccups. We will find out today when I take you with me from Surabaya in Indonesia to Balikpapan on the island of Borneo. Hello to another flight review and hello from Surabaya. This is the domestic terminal of Surabaya International Airport, and today I'm gonna fly Pelita Air to Balikpapan, something like that. I'm sorry if I'm a bit embarrassing with that, but I'm not familiar with this town. Anyway, let's go there with Pelita Air, and it's gonna be on an Airbus narrowbody. Surabaya Airport is after Jakarta one of the larger hubs in Indonesia, and today I will be departing from Terminal 1, which is mainly used for domestic flights within Indonesia. Here at Surabaya you have 3 different check-in halls, and it depends on the airline which check-in hall you have to go to. So this one is for, among others, Pelita Air. Here we are at the Pelita Air check-in. Well, I don't have priority, so I have to go to the economy class check-in, which is fine for this maybe 2-hour flight, 2.5. Through security, and I'm going to see if I find the priority pass lounge, of which there should be 2 in this terminal. Successfully checked in, security, and now I'm in the Blue Sky Lounge. I believe Indonesia must have the friendliest ground staff that I've ever seen. The check-in was so friendly and they're so custom-oriented. They just want to make sure the customer is happy and basically leave the check-in counter with a smile. And the same I experienced also earlier when I was in Jakarta before flying Citilink, for example. Same there as well. Well, if that's the regular service level, I think I might fall in love with Indonesia. Anyway, here I am at the relatively strange Sky Blue Lounge. Strange in the sense it looks very temporary. I mean, it doesn't even have a wall on the left side, and on the left side there's a clothing shop. But they have quite a nice selection of food and drinks. Maybe I show you quickly. They even have live cooking stations. Not too bad, right? It's almost time for boarding, so let's find the gate. And maybe the aircraft is here already. Here it is. Balikpapan. So I need to find gate number 2, which is basically right opposite the lounge. Here we are at the gate, but I see no aircraft yet. I'm still a bit too early anyway, which gives me the opportunity to discover this terminal a bit more, as I have only seen the lounge so far. Also, there might be some interesting traffic out on the apron. As you can see, I certainly rarely get bored at airports. I walked across this endlessly long terminal a bit, and I stumbled upon this sort of food court or food marketplace. It's quite nice. I went to the lounge, so I'm not hungry now, but I just wanted to show it to you in case you ever end up in Surabaya Airport. Originally I was supposed to fly with Garuda, however they cancelled my flight. But no worries, I took another flight with Garuda earlier that week, and a video about it will follow soon. Here it is, my Pelita Air Airbus A320, my ride today to Balikpapan. It's finally time to board this colorful bird, and as always I'm excited to fly a new airline and to showcase them to you. A few facts about Pelita Air. They were founded in 1963 as an aviation unit of Indonesia's state oil company Pertamina, and later became an airline in 1970. They historically focused on charter and industrial operations, only relaunching scheduled passenger flights in 2022. Today the fleet mainly consists of Airbus A320 jets, supported by a few ATR turboprops for regional routes. The welcome was friendly, and I got a first glance at one of the darkest cabin interiors I have seen in a while. Dark because of the black and dark grey seats, which are arranged in the typical A320 3-3 layout. The first impression of the cabin is a clean and modern look, but the legroom seems fairly limited from what I have seen so far. I will get the real feel of the legroom shortly, as I make my way to the second last row of the aircraft. Welcome aboard Pelita Air on the Airbus A320. The welcome was very nice. I'm getting used to that in Indonesia, but the legroom is a different story. That's the situation. I don't want to comment too much about that. I was doing that too much when I was flying Air Albania, and I got a lot of unpleasant feedback. So that's what it is, and that's what you get when you are 1 meter 92 or 93 tall. But the cabin attendant told me that the flight is not going to be full, and she will make sure that I have at least 2 seats or the emergency exit row. How nice is that? By the way, I'm in the second last row, that's row 30, and this is the perspective to the wing you get from this row. Overhead I find individual air fans and reading lights. Before we had to wait on the jet bridge for about 5 minutes or so, and it was so hot. I'm still sweating now, so I need to cool down a bit. So it looks like nobody's gonna sit next to me, but the cabin lady still checked in on me whether I still want to change or whether I'm happy now. That's service oriented.
Apabila tekanan udara di kabin berkurang secara tiba-tiba, masker oksigen akan keluar.
These seats are covered in quite interesting fabrics. It's almost like a carpet feeling, but I find it quite pleasant.
Cara penggunaannya, kalungkan pelampung melalui.
Let's have a look at the safety card. Okay, that's not a safety card, but that's a bag. I think it's this one. Pelita Air A320. So that's the in-flight entertainment. You need to download, and then you can enjoy various in-flight entertainment. We are on our way, about half an hour delayed, and I think it's because of a late arrival of the aircraft. But now, let's fly to Balikpapan, on the island of Borneo. By the way, have you subscribed to my channel yet? If not, consider doing so, as this would help my channel grow a bit. Also leave a thumbs up in case you like my video so far. Thank you so much. Looks quite eerie with these dark seats, but also somewhat elegant, I find. It seems these seats are reclinable, but I would not wish that to anyone who's sitting behind somebody who wants to recline.
Ataupun informasi selama penerbangan ini, silakan untuk segera menghubungi kami. Terima kasih.
It's bumpy. I have not seen my buy on board menus, so I wonder if they are serving something like a full service carrier or maybe a hybrid carrier. We will find out. And I didn't have to wait for long to find out, as the cabin attendant came past shortly after with a selection of dinner items. It took me a second to understand that she needed the service tray bag, and I'm only supposed to take the drink and snack. Look at this! They are serving something in economy class. It doesn't feel warm, maybe it's a sandwich, but let's check it out. Well, no, it's not a sandwich, it's a choco milk bread. Which is fine for me. I would say Pelita Air could be considered a full service carrier because also the seat selection, at least my seat, was free, even though it's a window seat. Only the emergency exit rows were chargeable and the first few rows in the front. At least it's a hybrid, if not full service carrier. Because if it's a low-cost carrier like Citilink, you would have to pay for any seat choice. Wow, it got pitch black outside within minutes. Do you want to see how the Pelita Air A320 bathroom looks like? I don't want to see it, but if you want, I do it for you. This rear lavatory looks and feels like any other lavatory you would find on an Airbus A320. I find the usual amenities like hand towels or napkins. And of course there is a sink and liquid soap. There's also a baby changing table for Gen Alpha and Beta. That's pretty much all I can and want to show you in here. We've started our descent towards Balikpapan, and and the cabin crew is preparing the cabin for arrival. If I want to summarize my experience with Pelita Air, the ground experience, like the check-in, was super nice. I would even book the Pelita Air again just because of the very nice check-in experience. The cabin crew is lovely, and you can also get something to eat and to drink free of charge, or included in the ticket. I think the only negative or downside of my experience is, especially at my size, is before the legroom. But if you are much smaller than me, you should be fine as well. Besides the legroom, I quite enjoyed Pelita Air, but if I had neighbors next to me and no emergency exit row seat, I would have suffered a bit. But overall, I can recommend, but not without limit. I have just noticed the overhead bin handles are golden. That's another first for me. We are approaching Balikpapan in almost complete darkness. The jungle or the sea, not sure what we have down there, completely swallows any light. Wow, even seconds before touchdown, almost no light sources are visible, as if we land in some very remote, uninhabited part of the island. Welcome to Balikpapan.
Be careful when opening the overhead compartment.
Oh, and also welcome to the island of Borneo. Bye-bye, thank you very much. Bye-bye. Guys, this was it, a rare insight about flying aboard Pelita Air. I hope this video helped you getting to know this airline a little bit, and maybe there are an option for you when visiting Indonesia. In the meanwhile, thanks for watching. Till next time, bye for now.